Callum, are you ready to watch more of the soldiers that you love and care for die in horribly extreme ways?
I mean, knowing how you play video games, yes. So
yeah, well, you should probably get used to it. I'm just going to load straight into this because it's got some useful new stuff in it. This is War of the Chosen. This is the new DLC for XCOM 2. It is a slightly more fuller priced expansion than any of the stuff they've done before, and I think it well deserves that price. There is a lot of new shit in here.
Yeah, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, so I am about maybe 8-9 hours into it at this point. Started a brand new game.
Oh yeah, you took a week off work to play this, didn't you?
Yes, I did. So they have redone a large chunk of this game. There's a lot of new mechanics, there's a lot of new kind of improvements and stuff in here, but a lot of it is, I mean, it's still XCOM, there's nothing particularly huge. But I've chosen this mission because this introduces a bunch of the new stuff right up front. So we're just gonna... So my current mission is, I have my two characters and... Ooh, I can't zoom in far enough here.
Camera.
Anyway, we have Elena, who is one of the Outriders, which is one of the three new factions that are in this game.
Yeah.
They have a sniper rifle-ish, and they are also much more stealthy.
I think it's called a vector rifle.
It's called a vector rifle.
Yeah.
And they are much more stealthy than even any of the rest of your characters. Where you'll see they have the shadow, which is like, it's like concealed but more concealed. Where every action you make,
they have a chance to just not break it, right?
Yeah,
That's their,
so you'll see
big thing.
once I start opening fire on things, you'll see what I mean. So how much time have you put into this game?
Into XCOM 2, I've
Yeah,
played
XCOM.
one campaign. I've finished a campaign.
That was okay. So I've like started about 5. So
Yeah. It was like 20 hours or
so.
something.
I'm like 65 or something like that into this, and
Yeah.
the changes they've made are enough for me to actually go back and probably do a whole bunch of this again. A lot of the reviews and stuff I've been seeing.
You said you were gonna finish a campaign before you.
I'm on
this.
the last mission, and I was debating like actually
Yeah.
going to get finishing it, but I never really got a chance. So an important thing to know is you cannot transfer saves. This is a new exe with new saves, everything. There's no game transfer. If you're halfway through a game, you cannot transfer it over. I didn't
Kind
really
of showing how different this thing is.
Yeah, like it's you have to choose it from the launcher when you start the game. It is a very different thing, and you'll see why once we see some of the base stuff.
God, you're a fucking crazy person.
Listen, this is not how I normally play this game, but I know what's coming up, and I'm also trying to show this to the internet, so let's just fucking do this, alright?
Okay.
So, one of the things I've seen... Aha, here we go. So... There we go. It's still XCOM 2, it's still a little bit buggy.
It's still an XCOM game.
Yeah. It seems it's definitely cleaned up. The load times are substantially faster than they were before,
Oh, that's good.
which is always good.
They're fucking dog shit.
Yeah. So these guys are the Lost. These are the new faction, who are enemies to both you and the aliens.
Totally not zombies.
Totally not zombies, except for the fact that so they're big.
They're zombies.
Yeah, except they're totally 100% zombies. So they each get like 3. They start with like 2 or 3 health. You'll also see they have, rather than shoot, you get headshot. The thing about them is every time you kill one of them, and if you kill one of them with a shot, you don't lose an action point. So here you go, headshot chaining. So for every kill you make, you get an action point back. So I can just mow my way through the 3 of these guys as long as I have ammo. So I've still got my 2 action points. That's fine. So that seems like, well, like why would you not just continue to dump into all of these things? That seems really easy. The problem starts coming when the first time you miss, or when you start having to reload, because obviously reloading will cost your action. It's very easy to get yourself in like, oh, this will be a piece of piss, and then like you miss a shot, or like you run out of bullets, and suddenly you get 12 of them on you.
Right.
The numbers we're talking about.
Is there some sort of like attraction thing where if you like make a lot of noise, then
Yes. I'll get to that in a little bit. So again, this is the shadow thing. So you've got 50% chance to reveal if I do.
That's a fucking really cool firing animation.
Yep. So these guys have their own firing animations. So I'll take the shot. and then it'll do its calculation. No, not revealed. Okay, so we're still good. So you're still concealed. I'll just leave that on Overwatch.
XCOM really needed more fucking random number generation in it.
Listen, there is so much of it in here. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So one of the things I was seeing in a lot of the reviews of this is that a lot of people have stopped save scumming, like as much as they used to, and that the game is better for it. So I've kind of like, I didn't switch on Iron Man, but I kind of wish I had. Well, actually, I didn't switch Iron Man because I wanted a couple of saves to be able to show some of this stuff off. Actually,
yeah.
But I kind of wanted to switch Iron Man on, where I'm just like, if people die during missions, like I've lost entire teams, which if in the first game I would have probably just left it or like reloaded and just tried again. But in this, I'm kind of letting things fall where they fall, and it's actually kind of more fun because of it.
But why does this mode make it more like that you want to do that? Like, what's different about it that's making you want to do that? Because at the end of the day, like, it's still XCOM. There's still going to be things that you get completely scummed out of.
Yeah.
And you feel
So when I go back to the base, oh wow, okay, I've never survived 2 shots before. That was real lucky. One of the things they've done in this expansion is they've cottoned on to the idea that, hey, people get really attached to their soldiers as they take them on, like all these missions.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go down that way. That's why there was nothing going. They have doubled down on the relationships that you have with your soldiers, and have done a lot of things to promote that relationship and then make it even worse when they die horribly. So there's stuff like
oh yeah, I remember reading about this. They've got like Fire Emblem style like relationship statuses, don't they?
They've got soldier bonds, which is what they're referred to them. So I don't think any of these guys. Oh, because these are both my rookies. So soldiers will develop bonds, and what that, in terms of gameplay, that results in you get an action point that you can pass between characters if they're both in the same mission. So each person in the bond allows you to send an action point to your their bond mate, which is actually, I haven't found a lot of use for it yet.
They're trying to make relationships sound like the most macho thing in the world by calling them like bonds instead of just
it's bond mates, and
the most bro thing you've ever seen.
Because they're soldiers, right? They've got bigger things to worry about, right? Sorry about that, technical issues, as always seems to be the thing. What were we talking about?
I don't know, I was saying that you're just shooting zombies in the head, and you said that Fire Emblem was anime as fuck.
Oh yeah, I mean it is. So that was yes. So they're really ramping up relationships between people and all that stuff, especially with the. I saw one 2 seconds ago. They're kind of difficult to see in here, but they're so they did a little bit before the game came out, but they've put a big thing on propaganda this time, which is the ability for you to basically create posters using your troops to kind of put the word out there that XCOM...
Oh, is that what that dumb photo mode is?
Yeah. And it's real dumb, but also kind of awesome at the same time. And so I thought it was just going to be like some kind of stupid thing for you. Oh, it's like put it on Twitter or whatever. But actually, like the photos that you take, you will start to appear in the world, which is pretty cool. So like they'll start to appear on like on like the sides of walls and that kind of stuff. And it's your characters with the messages that you put on them and all this kind of stuff. It's a real dumb thing, but I really kind of like it.
The things that I saw had the potential to be like, you remember that? This was like a couple of years ago when that Madden game came out with the GIF generator.
Totally, yes, exactly. I had that same thought.
Yeah, that seems like that because you can put them in some really fucking stupid poses and put any text you want under it.
Yeah.
So the internet is gonna go nuts with that.
Yes, and from what I've seen, they have, and I've had some fun with it. Like I spent more time in it than I thought I really should.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the fact that there's actually like there are real world not consequences, but like real world uses for this stuff is actually kind of makes
they've actually tied it back into gameplay.
Yeah, and it's actually like reasonably it's reasonably deep as well. Like the propaganda generator is actually that was pretty great.
You shot that zombie and you fell down a fire escape. Yep. That was pretty good.
The physics are still real good.
Then let's not linger here.
So let me just get to this meeting point, and then you get to see like there's a little bit of a little bit more story stuff in here, and you'll see one of my favorite new characters. There's a lot in this, like I know I said this at the start, but there's a lot in this, and almost too much at points where like once you get past the initial stuff and you get back into like the flow of XCOM, you're like, oh, there's like a bunch more meters and relationships I have to deal with and side stuff and all of that kind of things. Yeah. So like this, for instance, this mission, I had to make 2 teams of 2 to go into this mission, which is a new thing, who are deploying at separate points. So now like we've done that side of the mission, so now we're going over to the other side. So now we get to see the other new character, or one of the other new characters in here. Both of it, like both Elena and
they splitting up. Like, what's the reason behind it?
Well, in this case, the story behind this mission, this is the tutorial mission for the factions, but you're going to bring these two factions together. You want to get an emissary from both factions to talk to each other, and they really don't like each other, so you send 2 teams to go pick up each one and then bring them together. So this guy is awesome.
Is this the super the guys with fur and shit? I can't remember their names.
These are the skirmishers.
Skirmishers, that's the one.
They are Advent.
They're pretty awesome.
So they are Advent who have rebelled and have gone against the aliens.
Okay, that's cool.
They're pretty great. His thing is that he has a bullpup rifle which he can fire. He can fire before he moves, which is his big skill.
See, it's like a free shot or whatever.
It's not a free shot, but you know, like shooting will use both actions if you haven't used the first one.
Oh, that's like your final turn.
He can shoot and then move, which is real handy actually for a bunch of situations. I just really like the design of these guys, but they're just like, we've just like taken the Advent armor.
Is there a reason? Did they explain why the Advent have rebelled, or some of the Advent have rebelled?
They're just completely, they've lost the belief in the system that they helped build.
Right. Okay. So did they take out the chip things that the Advent put in people? I seem to remember that being a big point.
I think that's like, I haven't got too far into the story. Like each faction has its own. It seems to be like ops that will let you go into each part of their faction.
Because I'll be honest, the faction that I really cared about were the Templars. The Templars looked fucking awesome.
So I don't know if
side blades. And
so I only got the Templars recently in my game, and then the guy immediately died on the first mission. But
oh no,
you know,
is that because he's like a melee person?
Yeah,
you have to get right up in.
He's close combat. Yeah. He does have like an SMG. But it doesn't do a lot of damage. It's really just there for like, I just need something ranged to do a specific task.
Yeah.
So I'm just very quickly going to show off this because there's some new enemies that they show off here. And each of the faction types. Oh, here we go. We'll get a good look at these guys.
Ooh. Oh, they've got flamethrowers.
Yeah, these are the what do they call them? Purifiers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't remember seeing these things before.
Yeah.
You were not meant to.
Purifiers. They fucking suck if they get real close to you. They do so much.
Well, yeah, they've got flamethrowers.
Yeah, so do you remember the flamethrowers you can add to heavy armor or on the mechs? Or on the sparks you can get? It's basically that, but longer range. It's
longer range, wow.
Yeah, like they have quite an arc on them. I'll just very quickly show you. Skirmishers also have Justice, which uses his grappling hook to pull guys towards him and then stabs them. And also he's just got a straight up grapple, so he can just get around places the same way the grappling hook would.
That guy's fucking dead.
Yep.
Oh no, he's got overload.
Except that everyone still misses because this is still fucking XCOM. So They're about to open fire, I assume. Yeah, look at this. It's a hell of a range, and it fucking sucks.
I mean, yeah, it didn't do anything, but...
No, except your character's now kind of burning, and so this is also new. These kind of updates you get on the side, they kind of streamline the messaging that you get from a lot of stuff. So like, if somebody has like a status effect on them, really? He's right there. Fine.
Oh my god, I still fucking hate XCOM when it does that. Like, they're right next to him and they still point at the ground.
Yeah. So
Idiots.
the notifications are much better now. So when stuff happens to your soldiers during a mission,
Oh, can you fire twice?
Yes.
Oh,
So the
okay.
other thing is you can also fire twice.
So you can shoot. You can shoot and move, or shoot and shoot.
Or shoot twice. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, they're fucked.
Yeah. So yeah, stats effects are much easier to notice here because they like rather than just appearing once, you're like, oh right, yes.
Yeah.
It's real nice for that. Just wipe this guy out. Oh, except that they run through the fucking fire because of course
There's
they
a
do.
warning message right there.
I didn't. This is not how I normally play this game, so there we go. So that's the kind of new combat stuff. You've seen the Lost and you've seen these guys. There's a bunch of new enemies actually. Let me just very quickly load my other save here, just so you can see some of the new base stuff and some of the extra new stuff they've added to that layer. I'm really enjoying this. It's kind of reinvigorated this game for me. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have to start.
It seems to have added just so much to be able to do that.
It's there's a lot, and it's all pretty good. And it seems like they've kind of really done a good. Well, so they've done a level of polish on the stuff that already existed. That seems a lot more sleek than it used to be. But the new stuff seems a bit, just from a UI perspective, seems a little bit kind of haphazard.
Right.
Anyway, so let's just quickly go through the geoscape. So the geoscape looks kind of the same, except there's a lot of new things happening.
Yeah.
So remember how you had a home base that had a bunch of different effects that you could change that every time you scanned there, so it would gain intel or heal better or build quicker. Those are now the faction HQs, so each of the 3 factions has one of those things. So the Reaper one will let you gain intel, the Templar one will let you heal, and the other one will let you build faster, that kind of stuff. These are the big guys. So these are the chosen of the title. They suck. They suck in the best possible way. They are like, did you ever play the Alien Hunter stuff?
The Alien Hunter stuff.
The Alien Hunters expansion. So basically what they've done is these are 3 named characters that are they've basically taken the Nemesis system from Shadow of Mordor, where these are named characters who will just randomly show up during missions depending on which area you're in, and they will change the way they fight you based on how you fight them. If you do enough damage to them, they will try and escape, and they just fuck with you in lots of really messed up ways, and they're super powerful. So like the assassin, for instance, does not trigger Overwatch, like at all.
Right.
So that totally changes, and she's invulnerable to grenades. So that totally changes how you're supposed to fight her. Yeah. So you get the Resistance Ring is a new building where you basically get to use some of the factions that you know about, and you basically get to do the like the I can't remember what example is the game that had this, the missions in like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood where you would send some of your assassins out. So you would be able to take, like, for instance, this. So at the end of spoilers, at the end of the last mission, the skirmisher guy gets captured by the chosen guy. So now you have to you can send them on a mission to go get him back. So you send one of your soldiers, and you can fill up these slots. There's chances they might get caught or killed and all that kind of stuff. It's another really useful way to be able to kind of use your soldiers in some interesting ways outside, and they also
they come back like injured and stuff?
They can come back dead. Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, fair enough.
So I did one of the missions later on where I went to go get some intel from somewhere, I think, and then halfway through doing something, a message came out and said, "Your squad is in serious trouble. You need to get them the fuck out of there." And then it dropped you into a mission where you just had to run across the map to get to the extraction point.
Okay.
That mission did not go well. So yeah, there's a lot in here, and not a lot of it I can really... Let me just quickly load up my my current save, I think, which is...
Show off what the hell's going on in your world.
Yeah, well, actually, all of this stuff is in missions, unfortunately. Yeah, okay, I don't really have a save that can show all that stuff off, but I'm just kind of looking through a lot of the other stuff that's here. So I'll quickly show the soldiers, because the soldier stuff looks kind of different. So
Can you show off the dumb photo mode?
Yes, probably. So let's take... She's not doing...
Oh, she's sad.
She's a bit sad. Let's take Roland. I quite like Roland.
So is he.
So let's just do photo booth. So here we go.
It's already dumb.
It's so dumb. And it just gets dumber. So you can do this. It'll let you do this at the end of every mission, and it automatically creates one. If you don't do anything, it'll just randomize with your squad.
Does it create one based on the mission, or does it?
Yes, it is in the location of the mission. Can I actually... I was going to try and show the photos that I've already taken. View photos. Here we go. So some of this stuff where I didn't make this. This got taken for me at the end of a mission.
And they're called Hammer and Anvil.
They've just given them fucking names. She got promoted with her call sign Big Country.
That's one of the best call signs I've ever seen.
Yep, it'll make stuff like this. So these are some of my soldiers.
Big Country's amazing.
More promotions.
Sergeant James.
Glory, honor, victory.
Fucking hell. These are dumb. These are so dumb. I love it.
Yep.
That's amazing.
So the Operation Vengeful Cam, 26 combined kills. They did well. Operation Steel Fist.
Thunder and Lightning.
They cannot kill her dream of freedom. I lost her, and it let me make a memorial photo. So I thought
Is that Yoshi?
Yeah. Yep. That one kind of... I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
Also, that's not the text I put on there. I think it was this one I put on it, which said, and fuck aliens, I guess, I think on the bottom, and I think it stopped me from doing that, so... but
Doesn't like you swearing.
Maybe, but I'll just very quickly show you, like... Normally, like, the best thing is to honestly just do it and then hit random.
Yeah, that's
so here you go.
what you do.
That's like... Here we go, randomize. Like, we'll just start putting stuff around.
Yep.
There's a couple of presets for like positionings, and like you can look up, look down, kind of side profile
Look at her
stuff.
crotch for whatever reason.
Yeah, lots of different backgrounds.
Oh wow.
Like it basically turn it into a fucking MySpace page if you want.
That's perfect.
There is a bunch of layouts of stuff, so let's do action, and then you can just say, what do you want this poster to say, Callum?
I've got no idea.
I'll just change the font while you're waiting.
Gamora? What the fuck?
That's the name of the font?
Oh, it could just be handwritten.
Yeah, like it looks terrible, but it's there.
That's fucking stupid. That'd be the worst.
And then you can add some like effects onto it, so you can like pixelate the photo or make it LCD or
oh god,
do all that kind of stuff. There's even like filters you can put on it, so like solarize and half. I quite like the halftone. That's pretty good.
I love it.
And then you can, yep. So you can just take these photos, and then they get stored. Like I said, they get stored in your kind of photo bank, and then they will just start appearing on walls in missions, which is real good.
That's pretty great.
So the last thing I'll just show is quickly the soldier bonds, because I did have some that were there. So you can see these two are bonded. So he's bonded to Jane.
And that just means you get the free turn that you can.
So far, that's all I've seen.
I was gonna say, is there more? Do you think there's more, or is it?
No idea. I think it'll evolve probably as it comes out. The other thing I'll just show the Reaper stuff. So these are the faction classes. Their promotion, or sorry, not their promotion. Their ability stuff is like a proper ability tree. So you get ability points as you do stuff, and then you spend those ability points to actually upgrade them, and the stuff.
Oh, so there's new. Okay, sure.
So there's that stuff as well as in there. There is so much stuff in this. It would take me forever to actually go around and do it all. But it's still XCOM. It's probably the best version of XCOM that there's been in quite a while.
Yeah.
I wish I could show some Chosen stuff, but unfortunately I don't really have a save that I could. That would actually let you see them. But suffice to say that they fucking suck when they get. Right
yeah,
up.
I can imagine if they show up randomly in missions, they probably show up at the worst moments.
Yeah. The other thing as well, like, I did some proper stealth in this game, which is not something I'd ever done before. Where like a lot of the games, a lot of the missions have. So like you'll start concealed, which is not a new thing, but you'll start properly concealed. But like they start using. Oh hey, there you go. So my covert action passed. So, so now
you got someone back.
Yes. Well, they didn't.
Oh, you got
bring someone
marks back. Okay.
I can now launch a mission to go get them back.
We finally got a lead on where the Chosen have been.
So
Okay.
So now I know
got
where
you.
they are, so I can launch a mission to go actually go get them. You can say that since this is the assassin's territory, there is totally a chance she could just fucking turn up randomly and fuck with you. Yeah, okay, yep. So yeah, got a bunch of other stuff like gathering intel, gathering loot. The Templars actually going to find the Templars is a mission.
Look how cool they look!
They look real cool.
Yeah.
And again, you can see so some of these are like, okay, this slot is for a soldier, this slot is also for a soldier, but this soldier will get promoted if it succeeds.
Yeah.
You can also optionally add a scientist to it, which means that they are unusable, but it negates the risk that a soldier could be wounded. So the more people you add to it, the better it'll get.
Cool.
Yeah, game's awesome. I'm going to put a bunch of time into this, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So that's XCOM 2. It is out. It's War of the Chosen is out now. It's $34.99, I believe, on Steam.
That sounds right.
It seems super fucking worth it. So thanks, Cal.
Bye, Shane.